Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining me. I understand that last time we had a couple issues concerning, the Wi-Fi. The end of the last stream ended up breaking up a bit. I did play, or at least skip to where I last left off, so that nothing is completely lost for everybody. And good news, I believe I managed to fix the Wi-Fi issue as well. I've managed to fix it so that hopefully it doesn't happen again during this stream, But yeah. Also, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to those who have followed so far. Title Fox 35, Kelso Chronicles, Gourmet Soda. Thank you for the follows the last few days. I appreciate it. But yeah, like last time, like I know that was like stopping and stuff like that. We were trying I was trying out like a new Wi-Fi in town, and well, it didn't work out. Clearly, because it did not support the stream the way it should have. So I just went back to my old Wi-Fi, because it was working just fine then, The old Wi-Fi like was perfectly fine, It was working out just fine. So yeah, so just to really recap real quick, we were as you can see, I was kind of like, so as you can see, like here was where I left off on the stream. This little screen cap here, I was like already into the cave when I left off, like for myself where I was playing, but for others I think it cut off like maybe the last 3 minutes of the stream. So I'm gonna start a little bit earlier than where I was, just to make sure nothing was lost. But I'm really excited to jump right back into the You-Erend stream. Honestly, it's so much fun doing the stream every week, and without further ado, let's get back into it. There we go. So this is the part that I think this is like a lot, well, like a couple minutes earlier than where I started like having my issues with the stream and the Wi-Fi. I do believe I was talking about how sexy it was that You-Erend was able to fix that freaking battery without having to find fresh cells. He was just like, oh yeah, there's a way to fix this, and just did it. Which I forgot to look up after the fact if that's something that's possible to do for a battery that's dead. Yeah, she stops as You-Erend begins to slide the dead cell out of its slot, turning it over in his hands as if it doesn't weigh as much as a disc launcher. Yeah, he's strong. He's strong, man. One of them went out at the base, and I fixed it by tightening this bit here. He pops open a little panel, turns the bottom of the cylinder, and twists something inside, scrunching up his nose as he wrenches at it. Just like that, it begins to glow white in his hands. Ha! Told you. I think it's just a flaw in the design. Too much time in the heat and it expands, knocking the connection loose. Now let's see if that does the trick. Okay, so he does kind of explain it, but I just wanted to know whether or not that's just based in reality or not. Ayla grins proudly as he eases the cell back into its bay, turning it until it clicks into place and the power begins to hum life to the servers. Nicely done! That's impressive, You-Erend. I'm going to pull in a data dump. Maybe it'll have an uncorrupted backup of that email chain. But let's keep moving. The sooner we get out of here, the better. Oh wait, I forgot about the email chain. The email chain was about... what was the email chain about? The email chain was about the guys, well, not the Far Zenith guys, but the people who were like the company that was kind of like promoting that shit, right? And some other girl from some other company. Okay, no, it had to do with the guy from the data points. The data, like the Apocashitalips tour. I did not pronounce it right. And somebody from the company that like help Far Zenith get its way off the planet. I was just watching like a quick little cut up playthrough of Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, and I kind of forgot at the very beginning of Forbidden West is just kind of like this inescapable kind of tutorial. A little bit. It's not exactly like tutorial, but like I do remember having issues as well with the burrower thing when at the beginning you're supposed to like sneak past the burrows and then take one down like silently, and if you fuck up the whole thing the game kind of glitches for some reason. I don't know why. As if to prove her point, the ground begins to vibrate beneath their feet with enough force to make the surface rattle in their frames. Rock breakers! What was that? Earthquake? I forget the voices I was using for these two. I was using specific voices. Honestly, my accent or whatever the hell I'm doing for Aaron kind of jumps around. He has such a deep voice. It's very nice. I really like his voice actor's voice. It's nice. And Ashley Birch is one of those voice actors who's always just her voice every single time, kind of like Keith David. Just is they're not bad voice actors, but it's like they don't do anything to disguise that it's their voice. They just do the same thing every single time. So you know right away, oh, is that Ashley Birch? Like in Fiona and Cake. When I realized Huntress was Ashley Birch, I was like, wait. I feel like I've talked about this before. I recognized her voice right away, but I was just like, wait a damn second. I don't think you were Huntress before. I feel like I would remember that. Yeah, so many voice actors that just sometimes just can't make it. It's just like I don't know if anyone's seen Fiona and Cake, but like for example, like the voice actor for like Gary, wow, so many different changes, like 3 different people has voiced Gary, or rather Prince Gumball, and then also Marshall Lee for some reason. His voice actor Donald Glover apparently just couldn't come for the second season, though he had like a very legitimate reason. I think he was sick or something. Like Chris Pratt. Okay, Chris Pratt. Okay, I'm gonna say something. Chris Pratt is just himself. That's true. I also think he's not as good. Like, sure he's an actor, but like voice acting is a little different, and or like Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen's also like that. He just does himself, which like him being Donkey Kong in the like Mario movie, which just very like as Mantis in the Panda movie was fine, if only because he really wasn't a huge part of it. But Donkey Kong was very jarring. He's also in Invincible because he produces that show, and he's like the alien guy, Alan. But honestly, the character fits whatever Seth Rogen's doing, so it doesn't actually feel super jarring. But Chris Pratt always just feels. I've gotten used to his voice. I just don't think he's that good. There's, I just, I mean, I don't want to jump on the bad wagon of everyone not liking Chris Pratt as Mario in the Mario movies, but he frankly isn't that good. You get used to it. It's not horrible. It's just average. I don't know. He's mediocre. He's fun as Star Lord, but I don't know. I don't like. I really don't like a good majority of his movies. I think the only real thing I've ever really liked him in was Guardians of the Galaxy, and I know he was in Parks and Recs, and I guess he's kind of funny there. I didn't really watch all of Parks and Recs. I mainly have experienced it through clips, and the times that I've tried to watch Parks and Recs, I couldn't get through it because of secondhand embarrassment. I really couldn't get through it. I had to pause every 5 minutes because and Leslie Knope would constantly do things that were just way too embarrassing. I went on a tangent because of Chris Pratt thing. I've gone on a full tangent. Not sure. Come on. I'm gonna keep going. Not sure. Come on. Let's get going. If the tremors get stronger, it might cave something in. I have a memory that I got distracted by tremors, and I talked about the movie Tremors last time. They continue down the hall, briefly scanning the remaining rooms for anything worth investigating. But they've all been stripped clean. At the end of the hallway is a set of glass doors, taller and wider than any they had to encounter before. Ailey reaches out. Also, sorry if my voice is a little weird. I'm still slightly sick. I am recovering. I'm getting better, but you can probably still hear the the stuffiness a little bit. Ayla reaches out towards the hollow lock, trying to shake off the apprehension that's building behind her sternum. The door makes a loud grinding noise as it begins to part, making them both jump in surprise at the sound. Inch by inch, it reveals the room beyond. Okay, so this is the bit that I recall is where my Wi-Fi started cutting out. Like, I remember people starting to tell me like, "Oh, it's stuttering. Like we're like cutting off. Can't hear you." Right? This is the part. But honestly, looking at the stream that I can see right now from my own phone, it looks like it's doing better now. So, for anyone who was watching that last bit of the stream last time and lost some of it because of the Wi-Fi issues, well, this is the bit that we missed. So from here on out, I do not know what's happening. I would like to also again comment on just the atmosphere. I just love the atmosphere in the backgrounds, the little bits of like um, ambience in the background with the water dripping. It's very fun, and I very much enjoy it. As the light from the hallway spills into space, Ayla realizes it's not a room at all. Instead, a cavernous void yawns before them, part natural cave and part carved out by tools. One side of it narrows into a tunnel, though the darkness makes it impossible to tell how deep it goes. At the opposite side, Ayla can make out another door and a large observation window too scuffed and dirty to see through. Artificial lights blink on around the perimeter of the space as they step forward, illuminating the outer edges of the cavern. Piles of unrefined minerals and machine parts glint in the dim glow. And something about the eerie stillness makes the hairs on the back of Ayla's neck stand up. She puts an arm out to stop You-Erend from going any further, and they hover silently in the doorframe for a moment. What is it? The tremors just now. Remember what the merchant Meridian told us about rock breakers? How was that something that I mispronounced just now? How did I just do that? Like Robertoson. Robert Robertson. I don't know. Sorry, I was watching a dispatch video just before this. And I do need to do a dispatch stream at some point. I've already played the game. I do also want to see what happens if I just go the other way. I romanced him years ago. Anyway, the first time because it felt like that's where the game wanted me to go. About rock breaker. We're just gonna move on. Yeah, you think there's one here? I didn't think they would bother with a steel ruin, but I wasn't expecting there to be an entire cave system cutting through it. It would explain those tremors. Ayla reaches into a pouch at her waist, pulling out a small stone. She glances up at You-Erend and motions her hand to take a few steps back, before turning her attention towards the center of the cavern. She hurls the stone as far as she can, watching it bounce a few times and roll into the inky darkness, where the lights can't reach. What? A couple of seconds pass before the walls around them begin to tremble. Tremble! Bits of rock and dust raining down from the ceiling. You-Erend curses, grabbing her by both arms and pulling her against his chest, and she can't help but notice the solid warmth of him against her back. Ooh. If it weren't for the mortal danger, this would be very interesting. Well, more interesting than it is right now. I'm getting distracted. We might die. Another tremor jolts her out of it, and she moves away just enough to get her hands on her bow, fingers scrambling in her quiver for an arrow. There's the briefest moment of silence, then utter pandemonium. Violent tremors begin to shake the ground beneath their feet, angry red lights spilling through the new cracks in the earth, before the Coney Island. The roller coned drill bit of the rock breaker's mouth burst from the ground with a horrific shriek. You know, I've never played this game on hard. Like, I don't mean the dating sim, I meant the game it's based off of. And I would like to never deal with a rock breaker that way. I hate them so much. Almost all the machines are difficult in some way or form. I remember my friend Peach like explaining me how to optimize my system best to just take things down, and I was just not doing it. I was just not doing it. Oh my gosh. Like, I think the one time I've learned how things work, at least to a good extent in a game, like, I know enough about Horizon how to get through it, not how to optimize how to kill something. I do know enough about, like, at least Marvel Rivals to get away with things, but now with the new Season 7 stuff, I realize I'm just shit at the game because I can't aim for shit. Oh my gosh. Its claws tear fiercely at the ground as it forces the top half of its enormous body above the surface, sending massive clumps of dirt in every direction. Oh no, that's terrifying. Okay, whoever did this artist rendition is very good because, oh my god, there's just so many parts. They're all sharp too, and then it has the, I hate it. Was that good? Anybody? No. Please, I seek validation. Aloy and You-Erend scramble backwards into the hallway, but not fast enough to avoid the splash of red light that sweeps over them as the machine begins to search for enemies. Anemones? Enemies. Anemones. Oh no. Who needs friends like these when you have anemones? I'm making Finding Nemo jokes. Shit. Have you taken on a rock breaker before? Okay, damn, Aloy, we haven't even had a first date yet. What do you mean taking on a rock breaker? I'm joking. I'm horrible. Shit, have you taken on a rock breaker before? With the full force of the Vanguard at my back? Sure. Alone? Like a crazy person? Never. No offense. No, don't facepalm me. Don't facepalm me. No, I can't bear the shame. Oh my gosh, my chatters are shaming me. And by chatters, I mean one. Yeah, Aloy's just Superwoman. She is Wonder Woman. She is just super strong, not the Gal Gadot one. Never the Gal Gadot one. Well, you didn't have a focus then, did you? We can make quick work of it with the two of us. Scan it and tag the claws. We don't want it digging down to get underneath us. Too late! The walls around them tremble again as the rockbreaker lets out a trilling screech and turns itself to face them head on. Also, you did make the little sound, the trilling screech right there. That was nice. And like the audio stuff is also very good. But they're not prepared to attack quickly enough. It dives back down with more awful noise, the ground shaking hard enough to throw them both off balance. The shifting soon stills, and for the moment all they can hear is a few small pieces of the ceiling pinging against metal. Ugh, that's not good. Aloy looks over her shoulder to see the tremors have completely collapsed the passageway behind them. They're trapped. Oh no, whatever shall we do? Yes. Honestly, that is actually a terrifying thing. I don't think we've ever had to fight a rock breaker in a cavern. Usually it's like out in open air. That is... I don't know if it happened in Forbidden West. If anything, if something like that happened, I more than likely avoided it. Like the plague. This is terrifying. Why would you do this, writers? Why would you make them fight it in a cavern? They're gonna die. I mean, obviously they're not gonna die, but this is like... What is this, The Descent? The fuck? Looks like we got nowhere to go but forward. Okay, I have to make a choice about how to deal with the rock breaker. And honestly, why the fuck is run away not an option? Oh yes, the passageway is collapsed behind us. But you know, if we just run forward, hopefully there would be another exit. Running away should be an option. But you know, this is not Aloy's way. She wouldn't run away. Though I, in the game, would constantly run away and then come back. I would often cheese it. Forbidden West made it harder to cheese fights. Like that one Thunderjaw area and Zero Dawn. There's 2 Thunderjaws in this canyon, and I would just cheese it by just getting up on the rock and hiding behind the rock and just shooting at them. Like I have the patience to do it because it's just slowly chipping away at them, and I do not care how long it takes. I do not want to face them head on. Oh my goodness. You distracted, I'll sneak behind it. I'll take care of it. You thinking what I'm thinking? Okay, you thinking what I'm thinking is a lots of fun because it's very battle couple shit. You distracted, I'll sneak behind it is much more, it's more communicative. It tells you exactly what we're doing. I'll take care of it. On the other hand, no, Aloy. No. Bad Aloy gets out the water bottle, spritzes her face. Like we had a whole lesson on this. This was the whole reason of Forbidden West was to teach you not to be doing all this shit by yourself. You're not taking care of anything. I know you could if you wanted to. You're not gonna. So I'm gonna go with you thinking what I'm thinking because even though I love communication, I also just love tropes. You thinking what I'm thinking? Get his attention so you can poke holes in his squishy parts? Let's do it. Okay, so it's essentially the same thing as the first choice, which is you get behind, you distract it, and I'll get behind it. But like honestly, having them just kind of read each other's mind in that sense is actually much more satisfying. Aloy has to appreciate how happy he looks, an eager tension in his body as he adjusts his grip on his hammer. It's one of many things they have in common. They both thrive on this, especially when they're together. If we can take out the mining claws and keep it on the surface, it'll be a pile of scrap in no time. As long as you work fast, if that thing lands on me, I'm the one that'll be a pile of scrap. No, Aaron, you'll be a pancake. You'll be a pancake. That's what you'll be. Flattened. Flapjacks. Anyone hungry? No. Actually, I'm a little hungry. I probably should have eaten something else. I had nachos earlier, and now I want to munch on something else. Munch fruit. Sorry, I watched the One Piece live action not too long ago. Aloy catches herself before reaching out to put a reassuring hand on his arm, knowing the last thing either of them need right now is a distraction. You'll do fine, Erend. We've taken out worse than this. True. Better one rockbreaker than a pack of specters. I'm ready when you are. The specters were annoying. But honestly, they're not as bad as other machines, truly. Sure, they were like tougher, but they weren't as bad. Their attack patterns were easier to read, to be honest. Minimalist pieces of shit. Erend begins to walk around the edge of the cavern, gripping his hammer firmly in his hands, keeping an eye out for any movement. Aloy climbs up to a shallow outcropping near where they came in, adjusting her grip on her bow. She taps her focus so she can speak quietly to Erend. Also, you hear that? You hear that little sound of the focus turning on? That's also nice. It's very subtle. I like it. Okay, I'm in position. But hey, Erend? I love you. No. I just packed your star. It's like, no, this is Patrick. Yeah? Please be careful. Aw, Aloy, if I didn't know better, I'd think you actually worried about me. Worried? Nah, I just need you standing so you can haul out any loot we find. Ha! You know you can always count on me to carry stuff. His lopsided grin makes her stomach flutter, and she follows the sturdy shape of him with her eyes as he jogs the rest of the way to the opposite site. Opposite site? Side? Side of the cavern. Spreading his feet wide, he raises his hammer over his head, bringing it down hard on the cavern floor with a heavy thud. I need to breathe better. I surely shouldn't have done that. Sorry for anyone who has headphones. The reaction is nearly instantaneous. Beneath their feet, the ground begins to shudder, chunks of rock and dust raining down from the ceiling. You-Erend makes a sound. 1 second. I heard my cat. Naranjita! Okay, she's fine. I heard her yell at me, but she's turned around and left. Oh, there's like rock music playing? 1 second. 1 second. Go to preferences real quick. I kind of want to put the music a little bit up. It's also probably just my headphones. 1 second. There we go. That's better. If you need any of the volume up, let me know. Alright. You-Erend makes a sound through their focus channel that makes Aloy tense up. But she doesn't have time to react before the rockbreaker explodes up from the ground with an ear-splitting roar. You-Erend's reflexes are impeccable. He springs to his feet with an impressive speed and agility, sprinting to a crevice for some cover, as the rockbreaker begins to clamber violently out of the earth. Ooh! Oh, that's nice. The integrity of this cave should not be holding up as much as it is, but it's... Oh, this is nice. Look at that. Aloy taking the shot. You-Erend taking all of its attention. Gosh, honestly, him with the no sleeves is very good. I hope we get, like... I understand that the companions don't have much in the way of costume changes, but I would love to see some costume changes for the other characters, companion characters. In the next few. Honestly, because this whole outfit that he's wearing is... I'm getting distracted. Anyway. Also, 1 second. I do believe my cat is complaining again. Okay, so my cat is scratching at my door for my attention. Sorry. I know we're only 20 minutes in. Give me like a few seconds, real quick, to handle whatever it is going on. Be right back. Okie dokie. I am back, and as always the case with my beautiful cat daughter, she kind of just wanted attention because, well, I do something else, and then she just wants me to go do a thing. She wanted me to walk her all the way to her food. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. Righty. There we go. I still haven't managed to fix the like alerts on that. I don't even know why. I thought I did, and it's not. It just still shows like that. I will figure that out later. But here we are. Back into the fight we go. Again, this is really pretty. And also, I realize I do need the brightness up, if possible. Actually, give me another second while I fix that. So the sun has gone down, and I can't see things as well. The screen. Alright. Look at the red glow of that thing. Oh my gosh. It's very good. That's right, you big old brute. I'm over here. Too slow to catch me? It gives a screeching bellow, bathing You-Erend in a red glow as it turns to face him. Aloy draws back her bowstring, holding steady as the rockbreaker lunges. You-Erend stays ahead of it, sprinting around the perimeter of the cave, letting his hammer knock against the wall to keep the beast's attention. Aloy waits, still and silent, as battle calm settles over her body. Now. She releases a slow breath as she lines up the shot, knowing by feel alone when it's perfect. As soon as it is, she lets the arrow fly. The force of it slams into the back claws. With an impact she can feel in her bones, sending the entire component spinning away until it crashes into a nearby boulder. The rockbreaker, I don't know why I can't pronounce it, the rockbreaker rears back, its red gaze swiveling around to locate the new threat. Woo! Heck yeah! Hey! Eyes on me, you scrap heap! There's an opening as the rockbreaker I'm just gonna accept that I can't pronounce rockbreaker whenever I'm saying, like, for some reason, like the R and the B of it, with my congestion, I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh my goodness. There's an opening as the rockbreaker turns to search for Aloy, and You-Erend doesn't waste it. He takes a savage swing at the other claw with all his strength. Woo! The impact of the blow and its additional shock damage is enough to tear the part away completely, and the machine releases another grinding shriek, fixating again on You-Erend. Oh god. Roar! Oh my gosh! That was fun. The way, like, the mouth was closed and then just opened in that minute. It's like terrifying. Yeah, take that, you bucket of bolts. Ooh, Aloy's scraped up. How was she scraped up already? Did I not notice that before? Eager to keep it from diving again, he lunges with his hammer towards one of its front claws, but he's a second too slow. The enormous metal beast burrows down into the earth with a shuddering clamor, disappearing once more beneath the ground. Come back, you coward! Get back here! Shit, you almost had it. Nice work. You too! Her praise brings a wide grin to his face, when she soon finds herself mirroring. For a moment, they both forget themselves, catching their breath and beaming at each other. No, focus! Focus, you two! Like, I'm grabbing my screen. Focus! Stop making goo-goo eyes at each other. I love you making goo-goo eyes, but now's not the time. They let the moment linger just a beat too long, and it's abruptly vanished as the hulking body of the rockbreaker blasts up from the ground with a ferocious strength. Okay, wait, I'm gonna stop right there just to celebrate the fact that I pronounced it the first time. Good, right there. Like, can I just, like, throw up a couple? I don't know how to do effects. I forgot about the soundboard, too. Someone was telling me I should get a soundboard. My boyfriend was. was telling me to get a soundboard, and, like, there was an eyeline one. I forgot completely about setting that up. But it's okay. I just need to learn how to make effects on this. I'm not sure why I'm trying to pronounce that. The sound does it itself, but it's like a trill more than like a roar. It comes up right beneath You-Erend, and everything happens too quickly for Aloy to see if he's been struck or not, or where he even went. He disappears into a mess of rubble, broken earth, and murderous machine. A hoarse scream rises from somewhere deep in her chest. The only thing she can think of is how easily the Rockbreaker could crush him, especially if he's been knocked down. For all she knows, he's already dead. Okay, the heartbeat in my ears is stressful. You-Erend! Aloy's mind goes blank as something fierce seizes her body, smothering all other thoughts. The only thing that matters is getting to his side. She releases a battery of arrows towards the raging machine, tearing off components one by one in quick succession. A ball of molten rock comes hurtling towards her, and she just barely manages to roll away in time. The burning sphere so close she can feel the intense heat of it on her back. I forgot you could do that! Overcome with fear and desperation, she hurtles back to her feet, screaming at the machine to lure it closer to her and away from where she last saw You-Erend. She dances backwards until her back collides with the cavern wall. She's as far as she can possibly get. Without giving herself a chance to second guess, she grasps her spear and hurls it directly at the blaze sack. Boom! Aloy holds her breath until the hit lands. Raising an arm to shield her face as an angry burst of fire explodes outward from the point of impact. Her ears ring from the thunderous blast, and she rubs at them to make it stop. The Rockbreaker rises in the flames for only a few moments before its lights sputter out and it collapses into a motionless heap. Dang, that was a quick fight! No! It fades. I kind of like that it fades like the ghost of Christmas past. Fuck you! Aloy! There's only one thing that matters now. You-Erend. She looks around frantically for him, terror clawing at her throat. He has to be okay. He has to be. The fire is dying down, but billowing smoke still fills the room, stinging her eyes and making her cough. Aloy crouches low, covering her nose and mouth with a hand as she rushes to where You-Erend should be. The moment she can make out a human form through the thick air, she rushes towards him, heartbeat crashing in her ears. Relief streams over her in torrents as she sees him struggling to sit up, wedged up against the wall of a natural alcove in the rock, where the air seems a little clearer. There's blood on his shirt, and more trickling from his hairline. No, not a concussion! You-Erend! Oh, there's a gash? His eye is kind of weird. Is it puffed up? Oh my gosh. You-Erend, did you lose an eye? You-Erend, no! You-Erend, stop! Stop! Don't try to stand! Are you okay? That rusty bucket of bolts just hammered some sense into me. I'm alright. Aloy collapses to her knees at his side, taking his head between her hands as she hungrily searches his face. Something sharp and raw comes loose in her chest as she stares into his eyes. Okay, his eyes are fine. He's cool. He's fine. He didn't lose nothing. He has a cool new battle scar and a couple scrapes. He's fine. There's nothing she can do to resist the driving emotions that are breaking from her. Relief, affection, elation, gratitude, and a brutal understanding of what she almost lost. Who she almost lost. She has to kiss the girl. No, the boy. She's gonna kiss him. It's gonna happen. She's gonna hug him, kiss him. It's probably not, maybe tend to his wounds first, but I understand. Her heart acts before her head can catch up. It's a kiss! Before she even realizes she has made a decision to move, he's in her arms. She's holding him tight, as if she's dangling off of a cliff, and he's the only thing anchoring her to the earth. All she can think about is the warm, solid safety of his body, especially when his arms come around her and he begins to murmur low, soothing words in her ear. Oh, that's cute. The expression, the blush. I thought we were going to get a kiss, but a hug? A hug is just as sweet and also probably more, like, it's more advised than say, oh no, does he have broken ribs? It's fine. It's fine. He's sturdy. He's strong. He can handle a really tight hug. He's solid, real, alive. Her feelings for him like tight tangled threads stitched into her so deeply it's as if they're the only thing holding her together. The full weight of almost losing him settles heavy on her chest, making her gasp and tremble in his embrace. At that moment, she knows that this is not a bond she'll be able to walk away from easily, and it terrifies her. But it's a good sort of terror, almost a thrilling, because this is I can't sing it. I might get, copyright struck. Listen, I don't want to be sniped for anything. Thrilling sort of a terror, like flying on a sunwing for the first time, or defeating a slaughter spine that came this close to killing her. The scary feelings come with something exciting, powerful, something she wants to pick apart and examine and experience. Aloy shakes herself, frustrated with the utter loss of composure. She should be more cautious, more rational. Not whatever this is. In love? Bitch, in love? I'm gonna slap you. She feels caged and exposed all at once, unsure if she wants to run or dive in head first. It's too quick, too much. You're already hugging him. Yet somehow she wants more. Yeah, hug him tighter. Get a handful of that. You know? I only have a gutter brain is what I have. That's what it is. This is what it is. It's a wonderful, sweet moment, and yet my mind goes straight there. She pulls away from him with a quiet little sob, using the heel of her hand to rub away the stray tears from her cheeks and doing everything she can to avoid his eyes as she fights to compose herself. Honestly, it's really sweet to see Ayla like this. I feel like this is not a vulnerable state where she's just really sad and crying and stuff and just being like really overwhelmed like that. It's not something that I feel like we see a lot because she's always just so stoic. Like, well, she gets angry quite often, but I feel like that's a safe emotion for her. Whereas, like, vulnerability, man. And she never really got to super mourn Ross in the beginning, and not even after. Even though we get to, like, visit his grave after he dies in the first game. I miss Rost. Okay. Doing everything she can to avoid his eyes as she fights to compose herself. Where are you bleeding from? Did you hit your head? Ella can feel him staring at her, but she ignores him, knowing how good he is at reading her. If he looks into her eyes and sees the truth of what she's feeling, she's not prepared for that yet. Better to focus on assessing his injuries. There's a blood-soaked rip in his shirt. Peeling it back reveals a shallow cut on his chest that needs to be cleaned and dressed. Letting her gaze travel upward, she reaches out to push his hair back from his forehead, fighting the urge to let her fingers sink into the soft, warm strands. She finds the source of the blood trickling down his temple, and she's relieved to find it's more of a scuff than anything else. There's no swelling underneath it. Yeah, that's the scary thing about head wounds. Like, any sort of, like, scratch, it just bleeds a lot for no reason. Well, no, there's a reason. There's just a lot of blood going there, because brain. But, like, it is scary. It is so scary, because you're just like, oh my gosh, why is there so much blood? Just a lot of blood there. Just a lot of blood there. There's no swelling underneath it. It's okay, Aloy, I promise. Just hit the ground too hard and got a little dazed. Had every intention of getting back up to pound that thing into scrap. But it looks like you beat me to it. You were supposed to be careful. I remember requesting it specifically. Could have been killed, You-Erend. Hey, you can only be so careful with a rock breaker on your ass. The pretty girl smiling at me didn't help much either. Take it up with her. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna. You know what? No, fuck you, Aaron. I'm gonna slap you. Like, I'm gonna punch you. Jeez, what the hell, man? Smooth jerk. No, that's a smooth operator. Like, wow, how is he so smooth? Like, Ayla, you have all my permission to slap him. You can do it. You could. Ayla shakes her head, her thoughts too muddled to even begin to know how to respond. He's flirting with her. And he hasn't done that in earnest since the night they met. Despite her efforts to hide it, some part of him must realize her feelings for him must have shifted. You know, that is actually really sweet, because that's true. He has not flirted with her since he last met her. Like, the first... Fucking sunglasses. That's funny. Yeah. No, but he really hasn't flirted with her since the first time he met her, because after that, his sister died, and they met each other, and she helped him save his sister, and then a whole bunch of other shit. Yeah, she kind of... Things changed drastically. And yeah, Aloy did, not respond to a lot of different flirting. Maybe that's why I don't remember Petra flirting with us, is because I can't remember whether or not Aloy even responded to it. The only time I think she even, purposefully and, specifically rebuffed someone was Avad when he blatantly flirted with her. Man, I suck. Did I really not notice Petra flirting with Aloy? I know Talana... What Talana's interaction with Aloy count as flirting? I don't know. I don't think it was. I kind of wanted to read into it, but I don't think it was. How do I not remember Petra flirting with her? I only remember You-Erend and Nil also flirted with her. Do I only remember the men flirting with her? Man, I suck. Because Nil did also flirt with her in his fucking weird way. Avad did in the most real blatant way, and we rejected him hard. Aloy also rejected Nil, but I think the only person she didn't directly reject was You-Erend. He flirted with her. She didn't much reciprocate, but she didn't also outwardly get rejected. He's the only man that I can think this is the thing that she did. I don't know. I now need to... You know what? I'm just gonna replay the game, or I'm just gonna go rewatch all the cutscenes. Because that's what I'm gonna need to do. She's not sure she's ready for him to know that yet. I'll have some stern words with her later. Now take your shirt off so I can take a look at that cut. She knows it's a dangerous thing to suggest right now, but his well-being is more important than her embarrassing feelings. She had just gotten the better of a rock raider. She can handle one bare-chested man. Are you sure, Aloy? Are you sure? I mean, look at him. Look at him. You sure? Even if she had never seen more than his thumbs until very recently. That's true. That's true! Wow! Yeah, Oseram just tend to... Well, I mean, no, that's not true. A lot of Oseram do have their arms exposed in the desert. And then... Gosh. Listen, the people at Horizon Zero Dawn need to make You-Erend take his shirt off. I demand it. I demand it. we need for science. There's a bashful look on his face as she considers her words, accompanied by a light dusting of pink on his cheeks. It's far more endearing than it has any right to be. Nothing to fuss over, it's barely a scratch. You'll have to forgive me for not believing you after Who Needs Ribs? You-Erend sighs and opens his hands to admit defeat, but he's smiling a little. There's a glint in his eye that wasn't there before, as if he's answered a question simply by looking at her. It's unnerving. He pulls his Curse you leftover sickness. You have gotten me again with a cough. Okay, it's not that bad. I just choked on my spit. He pulls his shirt over his head, clearly trying to seem casual, but favoring his left side enough to give himself away. He has messed up ribs. He bruised himself. He's hurting. Let us tend to you. Honestly, all you really gotta do is give him a potion. That's usually how the game works. Give him a potion or stuff some medicinal herbs down his craw and he'll be fine. It's not as romantic, but I can only imagine it. She's like, okay, now that your shirt is off, here, smushes a bunch of medicinal herbs into his mouth along with a potion. Shoves a bowl of stew into his hands. What? if this is all I needed to like heal, why did you make take off your shirt? Shut up, here. Just keep eating. Oh, oh no. Oh my. Just look at her eyes. Look at her eyes. My eyes went there first. If we had one of those like things that track eye movement, and I had like you, I would have been incriminated immediately. Look at Aloy. Look at Aloy. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Focus. We got him. He's got a scrape. He's got a scratch. We can heal him. I just. Okay. Aloy steps forward, careful not to touch him as she leans closer to inspect the cut. She tries to block out the sight of his bare skin as much as she can, but it's difficult. There's so much of him. That's right. That is right, baby girl. That's a lot of him. That's a. I need to restrain myself. I gotta like calm down. I just need to calm down. She is acutely aware of the way his chest rises and falls with his breathing, the way his muscles twitch and ripple gently beneath that lush layer of softness. He is really built like a strong man, because usually, like, I'm pretty sure I've heard it's been said before, but like those like really thick, like cut like abs, like Chris Hemsworth abs, or like the Rock kind of abs. Like those muscles, they're like you're dehydrated, baby, or you're flexing constantly. That's what that is. Anyone who's strong, like it's more like a Wilson Fisk kind of like strength. Like he, like usually, like I don't know if you like anyone seen the Olympics, but like usually people do a lot of the weightlifting stuff tend to have like they tend to be thick because they have like a layer of fat and like usually your abs shouldn't be showing unless you're like flexing or doing some kind of effort. And I don't know, it's just much sexier, right? But he has the just the layer of softness. Okay, I got distracted. I'm gonna keep going now. Aloy, focus. Yes, right. I need to focus. Aloy, no, you and me both. Aloy, we gotta focus. We need to focus. She's relieved to find he wasn't just downplaying it. The injury is a relatively clean slice against the left side of his chest, about the length of her hand. It's not deep enough for stitches and not long enough to reach the tattoos that begin near his shoulder. Wonder what the story behind those tattoos are. Because, like, I don't know if, like, the game hasn't, like, said anything about You-Erend having tattoos, right? Because he's never exposed that much skin before to know if he does or not. But I would love to know. She's momentarily distracted by the sight of them, letting her eyes wander to the bold patterns of black ink. Her fingers twitch at the idea of tracing them with her touch. You're right, it's not too bad. No stitches. But we should clean and manage it. If you're lucky, you'll have a nice scar to impress the ladies. She expects a cheeky retort, but instead he just gives her a shy smile, eyes shifting as if he's not sure where to look. I always aim to impress. Got any rags? I'll do it. Aww. Oh, there's something so soft about this. She's over here trying to focus on bandaging him up, and he's just smiling at her all softly. That's sweet. Look at that. And look at the berries in her bag. Look at the berries. I told you. Medicinal herbs. Just pop a few of those. Might as well just be Goodberry from D&D. Oh, you know what I fully forgot? Is like the because I remember someone telling me about the tabletop thing for Horizon Dawn, and I fully forget what it was. I should have written it down. Either that or I lost it somewhere somehow. But oh my gosh, all the illustrations are so cute and pretty here. I just look at the roundness, the fold of skin here, just like his little belly button, and then the freckles on Aloy's face, the little focus, kind of worried look on her face as she's trying to focus. Just oh my gosh, the soft glow of the cave on them both, and from their focuses too. Oh, it's sweet. The way that their hair looks too. I honestly do love the art style of just those swirls in her hair. It's very cute. The shading. I really do like the line work here too. Because like look at the rings. They have these kind of like. I always like to linger on the art spreads. They're just really pretty. I just want to like appreciate every aspect of them. The background glow and like the colors, the rock itself, the like the way the lines are a bit thicker to. Like I like to draw too. I'm not as good as this artist. Um, it just I always love appreciating it. Oh, look, and like the rock dripping here with the little lake, and then whoop, peep, like flips there. That's nice. That's real nice. Aloy isn't sure what makes her insist, but something strong inside her wants to take care of him, to put things right for letting him get hurt, despite her promise to protect him. She turns to riffle through her kit for some dry medicinal berries and clean cloths, trying to settle her nerves. His close proximity in such a vulnerable state fills her with both excitement and turmoil. She tries to imagine what it would look like to stop keeping this breathless, hungry secret, to let him in and tell him how she feels. What is she going to say to him when he inevitably asks the question? When he asks her what she wants? How can she answer when she doesn't know herself? Guess this'll teach me to run into a fight bare as a Karja. Ailey turns to smile at him without thinking, letting her guard down just long enough to forget to avert her eyes from his naked chest. Running into a fight as bare as a Karja. Yeah, because a lot of Karja just expose so much skin, but it's fucking hot where they're at, which makes sense. But you would think that to some degree, at least the sun hawks, like the hawks from the hunting lodge, would like at least cover up more. I mean, I'm not complaining. I do like the look. And I mean, Ailey right now is wearing a more Oseram kind of coated, like, looking garb, but she's still pretty much exposed with her shoulders and midriff. But I do like the little cheeky jab at the Karja for being like not as well armored or padded. She can't help herself. She looks. Wait, did I skip something? I did, didn't I? Ailey turns to smile at him without thinking, letting her guard down just long enough to forget to avert her eyes from his naked chest. She can't help herself. She looks. And I understand completely. Ailey, I understand completely. You-Erend is every bit as broad and strong as his skills in the battlefield suggest, and she finds herself fascinated by the layer of softness that pads the bulky muscles of his arms and chest. He doesn't have the taut, lean definition so valued by the Tanakh than Karja. Such a body would put far less power behind the swing of his hammer, and she's surprised by how attractive she finds his shape. Right? Ailey knows how good it feels to be embraced in that softness. She wants to feel that again. She has to clear her throat a little before she responds. Yeah, you got really lucky. I won't complain about all that heavy Vanguard armor anymore. Hurriedly depositing the berries into his waiting hand, she moves back into his face to examine the wound again. She wets the cloth with some water from the canteen at her hip, gently dabbing at the dried blood and dirt while he chews. Ugh, and I thought the fresh berries were bitter. Says the man that can drink Scrapper Sap by the barrel. Scrapper Sap is a good bitter. Warms up your insides and puts hair on your chest. Without thinking, Ailey reaches... Without thinking, Ailey reaches to brush a hand over the uninjured side of his chest, confirming that the furry layer that covers him there is just as soft as it looks. His skin is soft too, and warm. Sends a little throb of pleasure up her arm. Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. Okay, let me walk a little bit. I need to pace the room for a second. I just need to recover. Aloy! Aloy! I thought you were trying to like not do that. She just fully does it anyway. I don't blame you. It's like that scene in Captain America where Steve suddenly becomes Captain America, and Haley Atwell like just reaches out and touches a little bit before. And apparently that was like ad lib. That wasn't actually in the script. She just did it. Oh my gosh. You know what I really wish about like Marvel Rivals, for example? I know every single male character is like buff as hell, but like, can some of the tanks just be a little softer built? I mean, Magneto's an old man. And I mean, the Thing is a rock guy, but like he, like I know the actor in the one of the first live action ones was kind of softer looking. You know, I don't know. I'm complaining a little. Why is dehydrated the look? I mean, it's not unattractive; it's attractive, but like I don't know. I kind of like just I really love the focus on the body type and like the way it's described. It's very nice. Uh, yeah, I can see that. Uh huh. He lets her stroke him for a moment without comment. His breath coming out a little faster before gently catching her hand and pressing it flat to his skin. His heartbeat is quick and strong against her palm, making her knees feel wobbly. Oh my gosh, Aaron's definitely freaking out in his head. He's going like, "Oh my god, it's happening! It's happening! Holy shit! I didn't think it ever would happen, but it's happening! Holy fuck! Holy hell! Why is this making me more flustered than what was happening between her and Seika? I don't know. This maybe I just like Aaron more. Maybe that's just the truth. But I mean, I kind of like freaked out about her and Seika, but like her and Seika were like very tentative around each other. I mean, she's tentative around Aaron, but like there was no skin exposure, okay? There was like heavy flirting, sure, and like, but this like it goes a little further. It does. I wonder how. I wonder which other roots will make me this flustered. Before catching her hand and pressing flat to his skin, his heartbeat is quick and strong against her palm, making her knees feel wobbly. My palms are sweaty. Bravely, she meets his eyes, something catching in her throat at how blue and earnest they are. There's uncertainty in them, too. An unmistakable yearning. Part of her has always known he's harbored feelings for her, maybe even since the early days of their friendship, but seeing it staring back at her so blatantly is overwhelming. I mean, come on, Ayla, you definitely knew he had a thing for you. Still did after the fact, considering, like, come on, the Vanguard made fun of him in front of you. Ayla, you never hugged me like that before, like you just did now. Has she hugged anyone else? I don't remember. I feel like she's hugged Varl, maybe. But yeah, that's true. She's never hugged Aaron. He's your best friend, Aloy. What the fuck? What the heck? I mean, they've hugged before, right? I've never been that close to losing you. Scared the shit out of me, Aaron. Aaron releases a heavy breath, giving her hand a gentle squeeze. Tendrils of electricity shoot up Aloy's arm at the intimacy and tenderness of the gesture. Whatever this feeling is far beyond her realm of experience. Something about his skin against her own is so soothing. It steadies her. I'm sorry for the scare, but it's fire and spit, Aloy. That hug. Not a bit of me is sorry for that. And I don't think you get enough hugs, I mean. I don't think you get enough hugs, I mean. So I'm always here if you need a good squeeze or, um, anything else. Aloy can tell he wants to say more. He searches her face for a moment, a question in his gaze. She realizes that he will never be the first to give voice to this thing between them. No, because he's waiting for your permission, girlie! He's not gonna ask. The ball is in your court. It's always been. I know. Oh god, I'm kind of relating to this like route a little too much. It reminds me. Maybe this is why I'm getting so flustered. It reminds me a little bit of me and my boyfriend a bit. Like maybe a little bit, not completely. I mean, we're not all out here fighting rock breakers. Those things don't exist in real life. Just I don't know. It's a little similar. Just a little bit. I don't want to like be too personal here, but I do like it a lot, and I relate to this, and I enjoy it. So thank you, critters. Oh my gosh. Aaron has always been the most at home when he's she. Aaron has always been most at home when she's the one calling the shots, and has always been happy to let her lead. Though she knows he's a capable leader in his own right, he has no ego or desire to. He has no ego, no desire to posture or dominate. It's one of the many things she likes about him. Loves about him, maybe. But if he leaves this particular matter up to her, they may be dancing in the circle for eternity. Aloy has to make up her mind, and then she has to act. She almost rather take on Nemesis with her bare hands. Aaron, I. She pauses to search for the right words, and he's patient with her, lightly stroking his thumb across her knuckles. Makes it hard to think. God damn it. Aloy clenches her free hand in a fist, waiting to let it all spill out of her, but still so full of uncertainty about what would come after, how much it could change, maybe for the worse. No. Okay, so we're at the hour mark right now, and so we're gonna take a real quick break. I need more water. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. So, we'll come back to this riveting choice of what we'll do in 5 minutes' time, okay? See you then! Alright, I'm back. I probably took longer than 5 minutes, sorry. I was stopped for a second. Uh, One of my family members is watching Bridgerton in the other room and somehow, like, talking about some of it, like, ended up in a story. Which is not a bad thing. Just ended up talking about that for a while. Alrighty. So, we're here at this choice now. I would love to hug him again. Honestly, my reaction is just hug him again, but at the same time, like, should we talk or should action work better? Like, I'm a little like, I'm struggling with a decision real quick because I don't think there's like a wrong answer here, and I don't believe there's a wrong answer here. But I'm just gonna do what I want, and then it's gonna hug him again because that's what I want to do. Like, she wants to think about it, she doesn't want to jump into it, and I get it. It's scary. I just want to hug him again. I think I could actually use another one right now. There's something about the look on his face that makes her feel held even before he puts his arms around her. She lets him pull her close, her belly and chest tingling with the pleasure of his bare skin on hers. This hug is different. She can feel it. It's intimate, tender, delicate. Creates a new energy between them. A spark that's just on the verge of becoming a wildfire. It's over too soon, leaving Aloy both relieved and wanting more. She turns away, not ready to confront what just happened, but a dizzy warmth lingers on her skin. Aloy turns back to her pack for a moment to dig for a roll of bandages, fighting off the elated grin that's threatening to break across her face at any moment. There's a frothy, hopeful feeling in her chest, and an ever-growing piece of her heart that is starting to believe that they could actually make this work. Knowing they need to get moving, Aloy begins to quickly wrap a bandage across his chest, holding her breath each time she has to reach around behind him to pass the roll between her hands. He chats away pleasantly to her, but she only half hears what he's saying. No matter how careful she is, she can't seem to keep her fingers from skimming over his skin. Each time it happens, a little stripe of lightning shoots up her arm, and it's all she can do to keep from pulling him close again. Flustered, she finally secures the bandage with clumsy fingers, before taking a step back to put some distance between them. She can't think when he's so close. He begins to riffle through his pack for a fresh shirt, and a ping from her focus pulls her attention away. She opens the notification to see the data dump she requested it finished downloading, and it saves her from a dangerous train of thought. Stepping back, she opens the logs and begins combing through the end of it. Oh my gosh, sorry. Congestion. Leftover congestion. And begins combing through for anything of interest. Almost at once, an email from Wyatt Manhattan catches her eye. There's a reply to Suzanne here. You-Erend, look. I won't die here. To Suzanne Alpert, Wyatt Manhattan. Subject, I won't die here. Susie. Yeah, good old Betsy named for that battle axe Sobek. Wait. Yeah, good old Betsy named for that battle axe Sobek that puts you where you are now. Betsy's our escape plan, too. Our seal down here has been compromised, and we're days, maybe hours away from detection. Only 5 of us can fit inside, and we all know it. It'll be a bloodbath. But if what you're saying you can get us into Elysium, I don't see why we can't bring old Bets to you. You might not want to die there, but the safety sure sounds nice to me. Get us in and you can drive this billion-dollar hunk of metal wherever you like. Awaiting coordinates. We'll let ourselves in from below. Wyatt. Let ourselves in from below? What does that mean? I'm not sure. We're going to have to go deeper to find out. Think. How is your head? Do you feel okay to keep going? I'm fine. Thanks for patching me up. You've got a light touch for someone that can tear up a thunderjaw faster than a tinkerer melts gold. Aloy blushes, her stomach doing a little flip at the way his voice dips lower. He's flirting with her again. Again, she wonders if that means he's been picking up on her interest at some level. For him to be bold enough to try it, he has always carefully maintained that boundary. Unsure how to respond, she turns to what she knows. She glances over his shoulder at the rock breaker, which is nothing but a smoking pile of metal now, stray pieces of it scattered across the cavern floor. I hate to leave an entire rock breaker unsalvaged, but even with those arms of yours, getting the parts up the ladder but back to the Sunwing sounds like more trouble than it's worth. The mention of his arms escapes her before she can think about it. Think better of it, and he immediately seems to notice. It's probably the first time she's ever commented on his body. He quickly turns his head towards the dead machine, but he's not fast enough to hide a little grin from her. Yeah, it's best to leave it for the Delvers. It's blowing all the scrap anyway. They pick their way around the bits of machine that litter the floor, Ayla collecting her spear along the way. Once they reach the doors on the other side of the cavern, she uses it to wrench them open. Nice. A rush of stale air greets them, heavy with the stench of mildew and corroded metal. Ayla can hear water dripping from somewhere, and its presence has caused visible damage. Unlike the first part of the ruin, this section has moss growth and streams of rust cascading down the walls. There's no sign of explosives or other recent human interference, though. The heavy door must have proven too much of a challenge for the Delvers. The space before them appears to be some sort of control room with a single door at the opposite end. A glitching hollow sign declares it is a hard hat area, in bold, blinking letters. Oh, if that's true, you guys are violating OSHA right now. After a quick scan, Ayla unlocks the door. A cold of white lights flaring to life as it grates open. They blink on one at a time, starting closest to the door and continuing outward, revealing the room in stages. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know why that made that easier to read it. Well, not what I was expecting. Ayla nods in agreement, swiveling her head to take in the surroundings. Before them is an enormous space, even larger than the cavern they came from. It looks similar to old hangars she's come across in explorations, built to house large vehicles like aircraft. But aside from some decayed rigging and apparatus, now lays empty. Oh my god, it reminds me of that freaking jet hangar from from Frozen Wilds, and there's freaking that place like terrified me because there was freaking uh what is their names? The stealth ones, the invisible jaguars that are very stealthy, stalkers. They're like they filled the place. I hate those machines. They begin to move carefully into the space. Focus is activated and analyzing every detail. A little ways from the entrance, Ayla spots a pair of human skeletons lying near each other, their limbs splayed erratically. They seem to have met a violent end. She grits her teeth, remembering Wyatt and Mahante's email. It'll be a bloodbath. How many had died? Had anyone escaped alive? And if so, how had they managed it? Shying away from the haunting sight, Ayla moves deeper into the cavernous space, shivering at the yawning emptiness of it. It isn't like her to be spooked. This is hardly the eeriest ruin she's explored, but she doesn't want to linger here any longer than they have to. There's something gruesome about this place, something that feels too close to death. The sound of You-Erend's voice popping up somewhere to her left is a welcome interruption. Once again, she's thankful she didn't take this mission on alone. His presence is more fortifying than she ever imagined it could be. Look over here, Aloy. My focus says they're geolocator units. How used to finding something remotely. Let's have a look. Ayla makes her way over to where he's standing, and together they move closer to a set of shelves in the middle of the room. As they approach, she can see that the shelves house an assortment of sleekly designed handheld devices, slotted into what appears to be charging docks. She reaches out to pick one up, and it instantly glows blue in her hand. You-Erend moves closer to study it with her, his face only inches away, and she feels a sudden urge to lean forward and rest her head against his. cheeks flushing. She pushes the feeling away, turning the device in her hand, turning the device over in her hands as she peers at it more closely. Okay, well, do you want to be Mary Shelley right now, Aloy? Because we can do this. For those who don't know, Mary Shelley, this I don't know if it's actually true or not, but like her and her husband Percy, the first time they got it on was on top of her mother's grave. I don't know if this is fully true. I just keep hearing this. Also, one second. The brightness on my thing is like, I don't know why. It's just like not fully bright. I think it's because my nightlight is on. There we go. That is helpful. That helps better. Oh, we. Both of them give a little jolt of surprise as an interface beams to life from the top. A brief loading screen appears, soon replaced by a menu grid with 6 options. Aloy reads them aloud. Locate, call, remote override, cloak, abort, settings. Bet that's the vehicle those data points we're talking about. Let ourselves in from below? Do you suppose it was some sort of subterranean vessel? Something that could tunnel underground and reach Elysium without being detected by Pharaoh's machines? Aloy raises her eyebrows in surprise, impressed that he made that leap before she did. He keeps surprising her, and she can't help but feel regret that she hasn't given him enough credit in the past. Damn. He has always kind of given himself off as just like drunken, well, not drunken brute. It seems very mean to say drunken brute, but like I can see why she feels like, huh? Because yeah, he was slowest to catch on with the focus stuff, and he was definitely very much punchy and strong. Hmm. I have to wonder if like maybe in the third game they'll give him more of a spotlight, especially now that Varl is gone. And Erend is one of Aloy's oldest and closest allies. Because he's been with her since the beginning, same as Varl. And she met Varl after Erend. Um, hmm. I don't know. I kind of hope we see more of that in the future. But his theory makes perfect sense. The tunnel in the cavern seemed to go deeper and had been dug out by some type of machine. Someone had tried to escape the Pharaoh plague in that vehicle. Had they made it all the way to Elysium? I bet you're right. Erend, remember? Susan called it a dirt submarine. Let's see if it's still emitting a signal. She taps the locate option, watching rapidly as the interface menu dissolves, replaced by words, establishing connection with locator beacon. The message just sits there blinking at her for what seems like far too long. She gives a heavy sigh. Well, it was worth a shot anyway. Wait, look. She feels Erend's touch on her forearm, and she can't help but stare at his hand for a moment before returning her attention to the device. But the warmth still lingers on her skin. There's a soft beep, and the little orb buzzes gently in her palm, the message fading from display. After a few beats, it's replaced with a point on the map, accompanied by coordinates. Aloy stares, trying to organize her thoughts. The map pin is only 164 miles away. The vehicle appears to be functioning, or is at least intact enough to broadcast a signal. Finally, this is something they can use. They need to get there, soon. It's not far, probably only an overnight trip on the Sunwing. We need to get there as soon as possible. You think it could help with Nemesis? They managed to travel that far without being discovered by feral machines. I guess it depends on what we find when we get there, but if there's evidence they made the trip without detection, that's huge. If we can figure out the technology, if we can replicate it, Erend, we could hide from Nemesis, cloak entire settlements, even buy ourselves more time. We need as much of that as we can get. What do we need to do? Instead of answering, Aloy taps her focus, scanning the device and downloading the log she finds stored on it. She does the same with the others on the shelf before compiling the information and beamcasting it directly to Gaia. Once these files are sent, she places a call to her sister. Beta? I just sent Gaia some data we found. I think this could have been some of the technology Laundra was after. There's GPS information attached. Can you find out more about the location it's showing? I'm going there either way, but if we're going to run into trouble, it would be better to know that ahead of time. You got it, Aloy. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Thanks. Probably stop back by the base to resupply, so I'll see you soon. She ends the call, turning back to You-Erend, who is fiddling with one of the devices, or pretending to. There is something about his demeanor that tells her there's something he wants to say, but isn't quite ready to. Part of Aloy hates that he's hesitating, that there are things he doesn't feel safe saying to her. She wants him to trust her, with his heart, with his thoughts, with everything. Tonight, they need to talk tonight. She has to get her feelings out in the open one way or the other, and it would be far better to do it in the privacy of the wilderness than to have witnesses in the form of Beta and Gaia. If it goes badly, she doesn't think she can face the look of disappointment on her sister's face. If it doesn't go badly, well, she definitely wants some privacy for that. No PDA, or also just, you know, being told to get a room. We should probably find a place around here to make camp for the night. Get some rest before we set out again. We're both pretty banged up, and I'm getting hungry. You? Rest? Didn't think you knew how. I get a lot of practice in being laid up with a bad leg. Still isn't exactly my favorite activity, but I've got to admit it can help. Well, we better get out of here before you can change your mind. Come on, it looks like there's another exit out over here. Aloy stuffs a few of the devices into her pack for later study, before leading You-Erend to a hatch she had spotted at the other end of the room, eager to see the sky and breathe fresh air again. He moves to go up the ladder but pauses, turning to look at her with a vulnerable expression on his face that takes her by surprise. Hey, I think I already know the answer, but if you want any company when you head out to investigate this location, I'm always happy to tag along. You never know when you might need some rockbreaker bake. Aloy meets his eyes, the apprehension she sees there making something catch in her chest. He expects her to disappoint him, and he's trying not to care. Regret pricks at her. She knows she's hurt him by brushing off his offers of help in the past. She wishes she had used more tact, but perhaps it's time to change that? Like you running off during a party, not telling anyone? Or or like him when he was like upset over Ursa? Like, I don't know. Even if you choose the compassionate choice, it still feels a little dismissive. Or how does Aloy respond to You-Erend? Let's figure it out later. Now that's brushing him off again. We're seeing this through together. I assumed you'd come with me? I mean, saying she assumed means that she... I don't know. We're seeing this through together. What is it you like to say? Your hammer, my spear? You've been at my side this entire way, You-Erend. We'll see this through together. An exuberant grin spreads over You-Erend's face, his cheeks flushing pink in a way that makes Aloy's heart melt. Hey, you know you can always count on me. And besides, I want to clap my eyes on this dirt submarine for myself. But no more rockbreaker bait, okay? I need you in one piece. One piece? I'll be whatever you need, Aloy. Whenever you need it. Aww. Aloy's cheeks go hot at his words, and the meaningful eye contact he delivers them with. This isn't the time or the place. It hasn't been the time or the place at all, but you've been feeling him up anyway. The truth is curling around her tongue, ready to spill out at any moment. It's going to take all her self-control to wait until they get to camp. They seemed to walk for hours as they put distance between themselves and the metallurgic ruins, carefully covering their tracks in case of any of the Delvers' allies decide to pursue them. The moon is high by the time the sound of water reaches their ears, and Aloy decides they can safely make camp on the other side of the stream. Metallurgic is the company that did all the mining stuff. There we go. Never mind. I'm sorry. I fully forgot. They were talking to them and the other person, not the Farzina stuff. That was a different company. The moon is high by the time the sound of water reaches their ears, and Aloy decides they can safely make camp on the other side of the stream. Get a fire going. I'll find us something to eat. Sounds good to me. I'm starving. Aloy finds the stream thick with salmon, and soon enough she's managed to spear 3 fat ones. She cleans them with practiced hands, her ears filled with the sound of You-Erend singing to himself behind her as he gets the fire. Now this reminds me of one of the latest You-Erend episodes. It's not a huge spoiler, but Stark likes midnight snacks, namely fish. Massive spoiler, I know. I'm sorry. He's singing to himself. After weeks of hearing nothing but Concrete Beach Party from him, the lovely softness of his voice is a pleasant surprise. Concrete Beach Party! Yay! Honestly, it was really fun to find that in the little dam. That's in the that's in the DLC. Wasn't that Frozen Wilds? Was the dam in Frozen Wilds? Yes, that's where we first meet that one Oseron guy. I forget his name. P was very fond of him. And we meet him again in the Forbidden West. I also think in the DLC too, in Burning Shores, we just find him there randomly. It's always nice hearing like people of the past, just hearing their voices. This is somebody that existed. Also, did he like? Does that mean that one other Oseram like decided to bring the recordings of Concrete Beach Party to the Oseram? Like that he just like did those recordings and found a way to get them out? That'd be funny. That's fun. Alright, or maybe that's just one of... Oh, because Aloy accessed those files, and she shared all of her files with everyone else on their focuses. That is why he has access to Concrete Beach Party, and he actually was rocking out to them, I think, in Forbidden West. I forgot completely. That's so much fun. Of course, an Oseram would like rock and roll. After weeks of hearing nothing but Concrete Beach Party from him, the lovely softness of his voice is a pleasant surprise. Not for the first time, it surprises her such a big man can be capable of such tenderness. He falls silent after a little while, and she looks over his shoulder to check on him. He's sitting in the grass a few feet from the fire, arms propped up on his loosely gathered knees as he stares up at the purple-pink aura that has begun to ripple across the sky. There's a serenity on his face that she finds contagious, that makes her want to move closer and soak up as much of it as she can. Working quietly, Aloy lays the fillets across the hot stone You-Erend has placed over the fire, rinsing her hands once more on the stream before moving over to join him. She settles close, but all she can think about is getting even closer. They sit in companionable silence for a moment and watch the sky, Aloy warring with herself on what to say. Once again, she wishes he could just blurt it out for the both of them, but that's not his way. She could drop all of the hints in the world and he still wouldn't dare cross the boundaries of friendship without her express permission. Some of the things that makes her feel so safe in his company. But it sure would make things a hell of a lot easier. I barely ever take a moment to watch the lights anymore. When I was a kid, my mother would shoo us out of the house if my father had been at the tavern too long. Ursa would take me out to the field outside of our settlement, and we'd just lay in the grass and watch the sky until we fell asleep. I'd only work a few times before the bastard noticed and threw a fit about it. But I still remember how peaceful those nights were. Oh, Erend, I had no idea your father. I mean, I'm sorry that was like that for you. Erend waves it off, giving her a crooked grin. Nah, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to turn into a sob story. I made peace with it. I guess this whole end of the world thing is making me stop and appreciate the things that are meaningful to me. The good things I always took for granted. Me too. It puts things in perspective. There's a beat of silence where he nods. But something still holds her tongue. Is she ready to take the leap? Will she ever be? Sorry to get all emotional on you, but I'm glad we got this chance to spend some time together before Anemone Nemesis starts heating up the furnace. Just you and me, like old times. We've known each other for a good while now. I still feel like there's so much I don't know about you. But I want to know. Know more, I mean. Not trying to make things weird or anything, but you mean a lot to me, Aloy. Hope it's okay to say so. Aloy flushes, her heart pounding. She's touched by how gracefully he set this up for her, making it clear that he wants more without backing her into a corner if she doesn't. She inhales deeply, willing her heart to slow down. Her mind is made up. Ooh. Of course it's okay. I feel the same way. Thanks, Erend. We're gonna just take the leap, Aloy. We're just gonna do it. You just rip the band-aid off. Listen, I did the same thing. Come on, we're gonna do it. Like the moment I was just like, I just gotta do it. I just gotta do it. You know? Just do it. It's more than okay, Erend. I feel the same way. Just haven't been able to find the words. I still can't, really, but Ayla isn't sure what gives her the nerve, but she's tired of trying to figure out what to say. Instead, she leans in, resting a hand on the uninjured side of his chest, stopping just short of his lips, just in case she's misinterpreted everything. And he wants to protest. Instead, he closes the gap. His lips are soft, careful, and when she slides her hand towards the center of his chest, she can feel his heart pounding just as heavily as her own. He makes a low noise in the back of his throat that makes her blood run hot, and she wants more. She feels his hand come around to cup the nape of her neck, tickling the delicate hairs there, and she's bursting with something undefinable, something wild, something she's never felt before. She wants to take this further, wants to touch him everywhere, wants to... Then he gently pulls away, ending it. He's staring at her, most of the blue in his eyes eaten up by the darkness of his pupils. Her heart is hammering, and she can't seem to catch her breath. But somehow she finds none of this distressing. Quite the opposite, in fact. She's elated. Waves of relief and excitement flow over her, flooding her body with warmth. Her hand still rests on his chest, curling into the fabric of his shirt. Now that she's finally touching him, she doesn't want to stop. Wow, Aloy, I wasn't expecting that. Damn it, I'm sorry, Erend. I don't know how to do any of this. Could have fooled me. That was... He shakes his head at a loss for words. But she's mostly sure he's reacting positively. He brings up a large hand covering hers where it still rests against his heartbeat. The heat of his skin makes her a little bit dizzy, but in the best way. I don't know what happens next. Whatever you want to happen. I'm following your lead here, Aloy. As long as you know you just made me the happiest man alive. Let's just enjoy tonight. We can talk about it more in the morning. I can work with that. Together they wander back to the campfire, exchanging light-hearted chatter as they eat their dinner. Aloy savors the moment, memorizing the way the firelight flickers gold in Erend's eyes, the way he smiles, and the sound of his low, soft laughter when she says something funny. She knows such moments of warmth and comfort will be few and far between in the coming months. So, just for tonight, she allows herself to relax to the pleasure of simply spending time together. No matter how uncertain things are between them, being at his side will always feel like home. Do you mind if I sleep next to you? It's cold. I think you know exactly how little I mind. Just elbow me if I snore. They make quick work of putting up the tent and unfurling their bread bowls. Neither speaks much, but both wear tiny smiles and stare glances at each other from time to time. As she lays down, she can feel the heat radiating from Aaron's body. Even though there are still at least 6 inches between them, she rolls to her side to face him, wiggling a little closer, and he eagerly mirrors her. For a moment, they just lay there, searching each other's faces. I'm too scared to hope that this discovery could really be something. But if it isn't, we'll find something else. Think of how much you figured it all out on your own, Aloy. With all of us put together, we can't possibly fail. Even if it's not true, it's nice to hear you say it. Oh my gosh. I want to scream. Ah, it's so cute. Look at the way her hair is sprawled out. It's so pretty. The lights outside. He looks at her with such softness. That's so sweet. And look at the extra scars on him. Oh, on her too. Look at those scars. I love that they're battle worn. That's nice. Oh. Something blooms inside of her, a need, an urge for contact. She craves the reassurance of his touch. With shy determination, she reaches out to take his hand, watching as his large fingers close gently around hers. He says nothing, but his eyes seem fixed on their joined hands, too, a small smile playing at his lips. She tightens her grip, cheeks flushing with heat at the extra pressure. Chest floods with safety and calm. Sensation both foreign and so very, very welcome. Hard to remember the last time she felt this peaceful. She takes deep, slow breaths, letting herself focus on the warmth and pressure of his touch. The sounds of night insects and Aaron's breathing fill her ears, and the coolness of the evening breeze on her cheeks make her eyes flutter closed. Ayla realizes that she might actually be able to sleep tonight. Night, Erend. I'm really happy you're here with me. There's no place I'd rather be. Is that the end of it? It's dark out when they rise early next morning, diffused ribbons of purple and pink still dancing across the sky. Oh, that's some pretty imagery. I like that. Ayla can sense something between them has shifted. They say the same things and do all the same things, but something in her knows that the sentiment beneath it has changed. Her mind is full as she tries to decide what she's supposed to do about that. But there are more pressing matters to address first. She puts a call through the Beta, and Gaia to share the discovery and decide on the next steps. Hello, Aloy. Hi, Gaia. Hi, Gaia. Did you have a chance to look at the coordinates I sent over? Indeed. I think you and You-Erend might have discovered far more than you even realize. It's Elysium, Aloy. At least we're pretty sure. Going back over the communications you sent between Wyatt and Suzanne, and the fact that the location is exactly where we expect it to be, the cloaking technology might just be at the tip of the iceberg. It was just a bunker, though, wasn't it? To let the scientists live out the rest of their lives? Based on the recovered data, we think it might have housed more gen than just that, including backups of all sub-functions. Perhaps it could help restore some of the information missing from my archives as well. That's amazing news, Gaia. We need to get there as quickly as possible. I agree. I am eager to see what there is to discover. Ayla clicks off her focus and takes a moment before turning to Erend. She's bursting with 1,000 emotions, excitement and hope and uncertainty and an unstoppable drive to hurl herself at the next problem. But she needs to settle things with him first. She wants to get the words right. She wants this thing between them to feel solid before they rush off to the next mission. Already she can feel their bond strengthening her. After all of that internal turmoil, suddenly she's never felt so sure of anything in her life. "Erend, look, I'm no good at this, but..." She hesitates, breath hitching as she battles against the uncertainty and fear stewing in her gut. "Thank you for being at my side. You make me feel like we might actually win this." "We will, Aloy. We have to." Aloy nods, swallowing hard. Why is this so hard to talk about? "I wish I'd realized how I felt sooner. Maybe we could have actually had some time to enjoy it. But I need you to know now, before I lose my nerve. I have feelings for you, Erend. When we're finished saving the world, I want us to be, I don't know, more." Her mind, usually so quick, swims as she grasps for the right words. Maybe the right words don't exist. She jumps a little when Erend reaches out to take her hand, holding it gently as he fixes her with those earnest blue eyes. "By the Forge, I want that too, Aloy. I've wanted it for a long time. I never dreamed in a million years that you'd feel the same. For now, that's more than enough. Let's get rid of this nemesis bastard, and then we can worry about what comes next." Relief floods through her, and she allows herself a small smile, threading her fingers between his. His skin is warm and solid, sending soft, shivery feelings of excitement through her limbs. "For the record, I want what comes next very much." "Me too, more than you can imagine." "Maybe I could get a kiss for the road until then?" "I think I can make that happen." He pulls her into his arms, and for the first time she's not worried about getting away before her feelings overwhelm her. There's no need to hide them anymore. Oh! Wow, look at that, with the campfire behind them. By the Forge, indeed. Oh, that's so sweet. His fingers tangled in her hair. The lighting of it. Oh, and the ribbons are purple and pink in the distance as dawn approaches. Sound of birds. Oh my gosh. I love it. Like, look how the movement in this, like the dramatic movement for her, like leaning in. Like she went in quite kind of quickly, or he at least pulled her in kind of quickly. Oh, it's so good. I did love this route. I've reached the end of it. I know I've reached the end of it, and it's been really fun. Though I'm a little sad to see it end. It's different than their first kiss, more certain, more searching. There's a sort of thrilling tension in the careful way his mouth moves over hers, whiskers tickling her cheeks as the soft hum of satisfaction rumbles at the base of his throat. The kiss is gentle, almost innocent, but it sets Aloy on fire. All she can hear is the sound of their breathing as she presses closer, fisting the fabric of his shirt in both hands as if to keep him from slipping away. His fingers thread into her hair, sending a delicate tingle down her spine that makes her sigh. She could easily lose herself in this, and him. For the first time, that thought doesn't terrify her. All Aloy can think about is how safe she feels in his arms, how wonderfully, perfectly happy. It's a happiness she never thought she'd be worthy of, and certainly never thought she'd actually find. Makes her feel like she can do anything. If only this moment could go on forever. But there is work to do. For Erend, and for all the people she loves, for the world. Aloy's arms wrap around the firm width of his middle, squeezing hard as she pulls away to bury her face in the crook of his neck. It's difficult not to resent the enormous task that still lays on her shoulders, especially now, when it's keeping her from something she actually wants for herself. But the anticipation of what might await them when the world is safe again is enough to sustain her for now. Erend's palms soothe over her hair, fingers gently rubbing against her scalp, and a little murmur of contentment escapes her. She might be standing in the middle of nowhere, but she's never felt more at home. "So, what do you say? Gonna let me steer the Sunwing to the museum?" Aloy laughs into his chest, reluctantly pulling back to look at him. "Someone's feeling brave." What can I say? There's this amazing girl I want to impress. Who knows? Maybe she's already impressed. Oh yeah? Damn. Don't know how I got so lucky. I didn't bring enough supplies for a longer trip, and something is telling me we'll be there for a while. I think it might not be a bad idea to recruit some backup too, considering the close calls we had back there. Museum could be 100 times worse. Proud of you, Aloy. Letting you need backup without anyone twisting your arm? I think you're trying to say is we need to split up. Trust me, I don't want to. Not now that, well, you know. It'll be more efficient, and we'll be together again before you know it. Tell you what, you head up to base to stock up. I'll head back to Meridian to borrow some Vanguard. Probably could talk to Lana and Kotalo into it too. Maybe some folks from the lodge. If I override a Sunwing for you, will you be okay getting there on your own? It'll probably have to do much scarier things before you manage to save the world. I can handle it. Aloy smiles at his bravery, stepping closer and resting her hands on his chest. She pushes up on her toes and captures his lips gently. The action is still feeling strange, but good strange. She wants to do it a whole lot more. Be careful, okay? I promise. Don't worry, I'll be sure to bug you on your focus as much as possible. Thanks, You-Erend, for being patient with me, for not pushing me. I'm excited for what's next. Me too, Aloy. More than you know. A strange look crosses You-Erend's face, followed by a grimace. He taps something on his focus, activating the speed. No! No! He was broadcasting that? It better not be his two Vanguard buddies who were making fun of him the whole time. He taps something on his focus, activating the speakers, and the sound of two men laughing burst from the device. It is! Hate to interrupt the romance, but it looks like we called it an awkward time. Did you kiss her, Captain? Aloy turns bright red, mouth falling open in surprise. Is that Alder and Jorov? You have your focus set to auto-answer? I didn't know there was another option. Hey, we're happy for you too, and I think we can speak on behalf of both of us when I say it's about damn time! I just lost a bet. But at least we don't have to deal with You-Erend's mopey face anymore. Please, Aloy, don't make him make that mopey face anymore. Fire and spit. That was the only face we saw for weeks. Hey, Aloy, ask him about... The voices are cut off as You-Erend makes a hasty swiping gesture, face scarlet. Aloy can't help but laugh, or failing her as he meets her eyes with a sheepish smile. So, looks like I could use a few extra focus lessons to fix those settings. Just whenever you have a minute. Or maybe even 2? Who knows, I might even be able to spare 3. By the Forge, 3? Ha! She really likes me! She does. She really, really does. Aww. Farewells are harder these days, especially this one. As Aloy flies through the base, leaving You-Erend behind, her heart lives in her throat. Her mind buzzes in the best possible way. There's a wide, toothy smile that won't leave her face. She is definitely attributing the tears in her eyes to the wind, not to her overwhelming joy. You-Erend. Her lips seem to tingle with the memory of their kiss, and Aloy absently reaches up with one hand to run her fingertips across them, feeling her own unbridled grin beneath their touch. It only makes it spread wider across her face until she has to toss her head and laugh, overwhelmed with the sheer giddiness of it all. With everything they did together, everything they overcame, physically, emotionally, all of it, Aloy knows that what happened between them at the end was a far deeper, far more than a kiss. It wasn't a goodbye. It wasn't a thank you. It was a promise. It was You-Erend's way of swearing to Aloy that he was there for her. Beyond nemesis, beyond tribal conflicts and politics, beyond favors, beyond himself. There's no question in Aloy's heart, no ambiguity, no wondering of what it meant to You-Erend. The fact that her brain isn't jumping through hoops to find a reason to doubt it further crystallizes in her mind that her heart is right. That will not be their last kiss. She drops from the sunwing and glides down to the base's entrance. A gush of warm air greets her as she enters and floats to the common area, where Beta is going over data while nibbling on brightly colored fruit. Her head lifts as Aloy enters, and for a moment she looks confused. That's when Aloy realizes she's still grinning. Instead of stifling it, she lets out a laugh and goes over to where Beta is working. Welcome home? Thanks. She picks up a piece of sliced fruit from the plate before Beta takes a bite, peering at the data over Beta's shoulder. Aloy, anything exciting happened while I was gone? Well, Silence said he found a company in the northeast. Found some big lakes. They could have some use of data. You have to fly to get there, though. Sounds like a lead. Beta blinks slowly at Aloy, gears turning behind her eyes. She can practically see her working up the story in her head. Maybe she's teasing her a little too much, but is it wrong to enjoy it? When you left here, you went and saw You-Erend. I did. At this, Beta's eyes light up, the pieces coming together. And? Did anything happen? She thinks of You-Erend, his face filling Aloy's mind. She thinks of the trust he has in her. She thinks of what they shared and confessed in intimacy of the two of them, and no one else. She thinks of the happiness that washed over her when they kissed, and the euphoria that she carried with her all the way to the base. She thinks of the unspoken promise that he will always be there for Aloy. That she has someone in her corner now, for her. Someone who understands her, who wants her, who will fight for her, not simply who will fight for her, not simply fight for her. I put the emphasis in the wrong places. I'm realizing that the ending of this is similar. So the ending of each route will have this similar ending, right? And it'll just like substitute whoever's name it is that it was relevant to. She thinks of their lips pressed together one last time before she left for home, but not the last time. Did anything happen? Yes. And Beta's like, like more details than that, please. The end. Aww. Alright, and that is the end of the You-Erend and Aloy run. That was lots of fun. I loved it. I love how it like each run, like I think I did 3 hours, another 2 hours. Did it take like 3? I like how it takes like at least 3 streams more or less to like get to the end of the route. Though I do think the You-Erend run was a little longer. Though that might be my own fault. I tend to ramble. So sometimes they take a little longer as a result. Beautiful. It was beautiful. I love that. As for next time, I've already kind of decided who the next person I'm going to pursue in my route is. And I think I'm going to make that Talana. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and follow Talana. And more than likely, after Talana is going to be a cross between either Petra or Nil. Because I do want to romance Nil. But maybe I should, like, do, like, one girl, one boy, one girl, one boy. Just to make this easier on myself. So, how about... Yeah, how about I go, like, so how, next time it's going to be Talana. And then after that, I'm going to go for Nil. Which I'm kind of excited for how Nil will go, considering what he's liked. He's chill now because of... Listen, this man is the war crime guy. You know what I mean? And his method of flirting with Aloy was mostly violence. He is now mostly a writer guy because he's like, I find my thrills here now. And I remember Aloy feeling, I think Aloy kind of approved of that more than anything. But again, like, you don't spend too much time with Nil in the Forbidden West. I do love it though, that the fact that if anyone killed him, he shows up again. They're like, get up, Nil. You're gonna be in the sequel. Because you did have a choice. You did have a choice to kill him in the first game, and you can choose not to. I chose not to because I am shameless, and I just thought he was hot, and I'm like, you know what? I want to see you again. So yeah. Though I'm a little sad that like Nil wasn't like he was like a surprise. But I do love that Petra at the very least got a bigger role in the second game, because she was super cool. See, these are all so these are all the artists for all the spread art, or everyone who worked on the You-Erend stuff. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to rewind so I can read out the names on who was like, because I was still talking over that. I'm sorry. Yeah, but yeah, next time will definitely be Talana, and then followed by Nil. So I guess we're gonna have two Meridian, two Karja people right back to back, and then Petra. Because I was like thinking, oh, should I have two Ostron back to back? But like, no, that's not even a problem. I do see that the artist that does the base art is there you go. Kittle Skittle is also the Nil route artist. It's really cool. Oh, Kittle Skittle is also a writer too. Why am I'm not surprised at that. Or I also write and I'm an artist. You can do both. Why can't you do both? You're a triple threat. I'm sorry. I'm coughing. I'm sorry. The congestion is getting me. Oh my gosh. Honestly, this game is so much fun. There's so much to like enjoy about it. It's probably gonna take me a little longer. Like, if it's like always gonna be about three sessions, 3 streams per route, we'll get through all of the routes. Wait, how many people there are? So Talana, Nil, Petra, then Kotalo, Alva, and then finally, last but not least, Draka. I said all those names, but I didn't count them. I can't do math. I can't do math. Okay. So if I'm going through Talana, then Nil, Petra, Kotalo, Alva, and then Draka, that is 6 more people that I gotta get through, and that's 3 streams each. So 3 weeks each per. So 6 times 3 is... Why can't I count? That's 9 weeks? It'll take me about a couple months. It'll take me at least 2 months, more or less. 3 months? No, it's 3 sessions per person. It's gonna take me the rest of them, I think, a couple months to get through the entirety of the game, going at the pace I am with 2-hour streams. Pulled, oh my gosh. This is the route that I'm going for next. I'm so excited. Look at those faces. I look forward to, like, enjoying more of this art style. Oh, okay. So, who is the person who does like the designs for a lot of the mechs? Because honestly, that Glithawk is very well drawn, as well as like the Rock Breaker, and then the whole machine that you invented for the Seika part with the killer whale machine. That was freaking awesome. Yeah, also, just let it be known, every single route I finish, I will let the credits fully run. Just like, I guess we'll just chat the entire time as I do so, because, like, come on, they put so much work into this as a project of passion that why wouldn't I let the credits run every single time? Oh my gosh, look at the rock breaker. Look at that thing. Terrifying. All of that. That takes so long to draw, I imagine. Oh, game name concept, narrative design. What is that thing? What is... Oh, is that a Thunderjaw? Its mouth is open. Oh my god. That's a Thunderjaw and a half. Which run has a Thunderjaw in it? Probably Talana. I don't know. We killed Red Maw. I don't know why we would have another Thunderjaw involved. Oh, the little bees from the why do I forget their names from the frog that we fought in the Seika fight? Thing is, we actually fought two different machines in the Seika fight. Like in the Seika route, we had the machine that we were pursuing, and then the full bile gut, the Dreadmaw and the bile gut. Oh, look at those corruptors. Whew. Scary. Social media and marketing. Ugh. Bookmancer, Campbell, Maybirdie, Cthulhu, DD, Fogsblue, Foibs, Jack Zor, Rootsuit, hello, Kelso Chronicles, May Alley, Mythicate, Nerd Artist, Sue Pixely Dust, promotional video. You know what? Maybe I should just like read it all out as it's going, but it's going a little fast for me to read it as fast as possible. Made by fans, for fans. Yay! It's truly a delight to play. I will say this, I might also start streaming other things aside from this. I need to like put up a schedule because I just don't stream otherwise. Like having a schedule is great. But also, yeah, thank you for making this game. Again, I'll say it every single time. Thank you for playing this game. It was just a delight to play. Yeah. But yeah, next stream I will probably uh I'll probably just like no. I'll probably like write over this one. Yay. Um, I don't know if there's any way we can show. Uh, I probably should take like let me look at the photo mode real quick because we have Aloy from Aaron the You-Erend run now. Have a bunch of You-Erend. I really do love the art. It's so great. Seika, You-Erend 3, Seika 3. You put them like right outside. That's nice. Yeah. Thank you for playing. On behalf of all of us at Cauldron Heart, thank you for playing Focus on the Heart. We hope you enjoyed your experience. Photo mode is unlocked and accessible from the main menu. In addition, if this is your first time achieving this ending, new photo mode poses for Aloy and the character's route you completed are now available for use. To unlock the rest of the poses for each character, explore each route and discover more endings. Like, awesome. Just awesome. Also, you know what? I kind of want to look at the photo album because I just like. Here we go. I just like honestly some of this art is like some of my favorite. I think my favorites of this are well this moment here in the tavern. I just love I don't know, I love the more like the bluer scenes, the intimate ones. This one also is also like one of my faves. Very cute here. This one is also just makes my heart flutter. Like of course this one is also really cute. I don't know if I want to rank them, but I'm not gonna rank them. I'm just gonna going over my favorites. This one is also just a delight.
Maybe I'm just over here just saying I love all of it. But it was so much fun. And then all the Seiko ones. This one's kind of funny. Just look at Aloy's expression. Oh my gosh. But yeah, look at the freaking Dreadmaw. I think, like, look at that. Who the hell is, like, the art on the machines are just really great. And here's the rock breaker here. I mean, it's not the assets they were using for the machines, but like just the drawings of the machines themselves. The amount of work that goes into that, I can't do with all that machinery. But yeah, I might start streaming another game. I have Neva, so I might do that on another day. But as for Focus on the Heart, we will start this back up next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Next character I'm romancing is Talana. So thank you for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful night. See you next time.